Hello everybody, I'm Sharon with Lucky Visions, and this is an energy update for the week of April 1st through April 7th. So before we jump in here, I invite you to just close your eyes for a second with me and let's take a giant deep breath. So inhale through the nose and take a giant exhale out the mouth, anything that you are holding. So I just wanted to begin that way because we have been through a lot. So I know many of you are probably very excited, I know I am, that March has left us and that we don't have to go through that month again because holy hell, that was pretty wild. Almost crazier than an eclipse season. So really bringing up a huge purge for our lives. And when that happens, it's very telling of what's going to follow that. So the bigger the purge, the bigger the expansion. So we are at the tail end of that. However, Mercury did go direct this past week. And I know we're all excited that that happened because we definitely went through this underworld journey of purging with this retrograde period and kind of reflecting on what just happened to us and our lives and internally. Just so much reflection and healing. However, like a typical Mercury direct where things really start to pick up momentum and we can feel that release and levity of some of that chaos and inner reflection, it's still kind of in this shadow phase, which always happens, but this one's a little bit different. It's actually allowing the fog of Mercury retrograde to still kind of linger this week. So it may feel like we're still under its influence and things may still be occurring that feel rather chaotic or off or strange and still feeling like you're uncertain about things in your life. Kind of walking forward with all of this fiery Aries forward movement, but with blinders on still. So there is one aspect of us that's just so ready to get going and move forward. And then this other part of life that's not really showing us that clarity just yet. But we are in for a real treat because at the end of this week, we do have the new moon on the 5th. And that kind of caps that whole experience and lifts up the veil of the fog for us. So if you're feeling like the first part of this week is still kind of weird, watery, and unsure, it's for that reason. So we're capping this off, and the new moon is really truly that new beginning, that new start, when all of this divine assistance starts flooding into our lives. And we are definitely having a huge incoming wave of support from the universe in the month of April. April will be a powerful month. It will be pretty potent, not only on a personal level, but on a world stage as well. So with this fiery, pioneering energy and some of the alignments that are occurring right now, just know that things are going to be pretty potent. But there's also going to be a lot of lightness, levity, and finally kind of clicking into place and finding our true self again, kind of coming back to who we were, which is amazing and I know so needed for all of us. So what else do we have happening? I just want to let you know with these little kind of sparks of situations that have been occurring lately. You may have been seeing them not only in your life, but with others around you as well. It's almost like they're little mini tornadoes of situations and transitions and shifts, maybe endings, arguments, things that are uncertain and kind of maybe volatile at sometimes. This is for a reason, that this is old energy that's kind of bursting forth, situations that have been ongoing maybe for some time, that have been bubbling beneath the surface, just ready to release that kind of ending or culmination for it. So you may see these mini tornadoes, and they may still be occurring this week as we kind of hover in this watery space before the new moon. So this chaotic energy is the energetic releases of all these deep-seated situations and outdated alignments that are no longer meant for us. So they need to be released so that we can fully move into this new chapter with the clearest self, with the most refined direction for where we're heading. So this stage is actually akin to the period of the birth, and I'm kind of been putting this in a very symbolic sense of this stage. These stages that we've been in have been like the labor pains, and then there's the birth, and it was kind of like the equinox was the birth. And now we're just feeling that rippling effect of the equinox and the Libra full moon that just happened, which was highlighting all of our relationships and all of our connections, business and personal. And so this period following the equinox up to the new moon is almost like the period when the baby is born, that you are born. However, you have not quite gone home yet. You have not quite gone to the comfort of your new home and the family that you're with. So it's kind of in that stage where you're getting cleaned, you're getting tested, you're experiencing the discomfort or the awkwardness of the hospital space, if that's where you were born. But just to kind of stick with the analogy, it's a hospital space. So just feeling that awkwardness of that in-between stage, because you're not quite settled. You're not quite in that new space of your home and the comfort of starting your new life. So it may feel really odd right now as we lead up to the new moon. And I know we have been through much. And I know that we have not really known where we are going or what exactly is going on. But you're making it through. And the trust that's being built in this space of uncertainty is so strong. And when we have a place of not knowing for so long and just having all of this doubt and fogginess for our lives, it builds this rock of strength to build that truth and trust inside of us that we can use for any time that we feel like our life is imbalanced or things start shifting around us, that we can come back to that place of inner knowing, of trust, of faith, that the universe isn't going to take everything from us completely without giving some kind of glimmer of hope, without giving us some nudge to the reasoning behind that. And so that builds the trust in the universe to provide. It builds the trust in the self and in the connection to all that is. So anytime you have this doubt or uncertainty that arises when you're going through this hardship or difficulty in your life, just come back to this place within, because this is unchanging. This will never change. You will take this part of yourself with you when you leave this world. So this is infinite, and you can always return to this space. And if you're feeling alone, or if you're feeling like things are being done to you, or you have no idea what to do next and feeling out of control, it's important, even more important, to go inside and connect to that space. Because that space will show you that you are not alone and that everything will be provided for you. Everything is always provided for you. And you can look at the timeline of your life and see the support that has entered your life at all different periods, exactly the moment that you needed it. So trust that now. If you're having a difficult time, and if the chaos or weirdness continues for you this week, as it seems to be the theme, just remember to come back to that place, to breathe into your inner knowing, and to let that guide you into this next phase, because we are at the tail end and the worst is behind us. The hardest part is behind us, and that's so good to know, because we are entering a whole different new chapter. So we're being prepped for that, and it's all good things. So we do have this new moon on the 5th, so get excited. There is a lot of greatness coming up in April and some forward energy that's just going to propel us, and I think we're going to be very, very excited at the things that are going to be arriving in our lives. So if you need additional support at this time, feel free to reach out to me. You can contact me at enteleckyvisions.com. You can book remote or in-person sessions there, or to ask me any questions. I love to hear from you. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead, and thank you for listening.